Hey, bag getters, welcome to day one of Bag the Funding 30 Days of Grant Writing Power Moves. I'm Sharon Tendai, founder of Get Her to the Bag and Her Big Bag Consulting. And today's power move is focus on the basics. Focus on the basics of grants and grant writing. So, if you ever wondered what is a grant and can it help me fund my business or nonprofit, then this power move is for you. So, first, let's talk about what a grant is. A grant is essentially financial support from a government agency or foundation or corporation and is to support specific projects or initiatives. It is indeed funding that you don't have to pay back, but let's also talk about what a grant is not. So grants aren't just free money just to do whatever it is that you want to do. So typically, grants are awarded to projects that are aligned with the funder's goal, maybe to support innovation, community growth, social causes. Grants aren't just do what you want to do. Also, grants are not quick and easy. So they do require planning, they do require preparation, and sometimes it could be a long time before you hear from the funder on if you've been awarded the grant or not. Grants are usually very competitive. Applicants must demonstrate their experience and their capacity to deliver on the goals and objectives of the grant. Especially for nonprofit grants, they typically are purpose driven and aligned to the funding organization's mission. There's also a level of accountability if you're awarded a grant. So the funder may want to see your financial statements, they may want monthly reports. So just to kind of wrap this up, grants aren't just here's some money, do what you want to do. There is a level of accountability, and funders also want to make sure that you are the right person to do this particular work. Now let's talk about the three most common types of grants. So you have government grants, foundation grants, as well as corporate grants. And each of these types of grants have their own unique style and requirements. So it's really good to make sure that you understand them and you know how they are different. Government grants are grants that are funded by federal, state, or local government agencies, and they tend to support large projects that impact communities. So, think education, public health, research, infrastructure. Because government grants come with more rules and more compliance requirements, the application process can be more competitive and detailed. So, the next type of grant is foundation grants. Foundation grants come from private or family foundations. These grants are often geared towards specific causes such as education, the arts, social justice. Foundations may have missions tied to a family's legacy or private goal. So, if your project aligns with their mission, you might find great opportunities there. So, corporate grants are funded by companies as part of their corporate social responsibility programs. These companies support projects that help them make a positive social impact and build goodwill in communities. So, for an example, a tech company might offer grants to support STEM education or digital literacy. Now, let's talk about who can actually apply for grants. So, grants aren't just for nonprofit organizations, although they do make up a big portion of the grantees in the world. So, there are actually four main types of applicants. The first being nonprofit organizations. They are some of the most common grant recipients, especially for social impact projects. They often have missions that align with grant funders and their goals. And they're also just eligible for a wide range of grants, especially from foundations as well as government entities. There are also grants available for individual creators, artists, researchers. These types of grants are usually project based or meant for personal development, and they come from foundations, from government programs, or even crowdfunding is another option if you're looking for grants to support your individual work. For profit businesses are another main type of grant applicant. So, yes, Grants are available for businesses, especially those working in research or tech or product development. So if you are a business owner, look for a corporate, and then there are also some government grants designed to boost innovation and economic growth. Academic institutions such as universities and schools often apply for research grants or funding for educational programs. Academic grants can come from government sources or foundations that value research and higher education. So, if you're a student or a faculty member at a college or a university, check to see if there are any grants available for your work. Okay, so let's recap. Grants are financial support from a government entity, maybe a foundation or a corporation. It's financial support that you do not have to pay back. However, grants are typically tied to the funders' goals, their missions, the things that they care about. Grants are not just free money for you to just do whatever you want to do. Grants come with a layer of accountability, typically built in, which is why it's very important for you to read the application, and we'll have a whole video on that very soon. Also, there are three main types of grants. So, grants from government entities, grants from foundations, and grants from corporations. And the four main types of grant applicants are for profit organizations, nonprofit organizations, individuals, as well as academic institutions. So if you found this video useful, please like it, tag somebody, drop some comments or questions into the chat, and be sure to follow along. We have 29 more days of grant writing strategies and tips to help you fund your bag.